everyone. Welcome to Time Talks with CJ Atemo. Well, this particular Wednesday, I want to talk to you about maximizing the minimum. Well, let me remove this so you can see my face. Every time people begin to think that what they have is too little to make a difference, sometimes they don't do so much with the little that they have. Sometimes we don't have a lot of opportunities. We don't have a lot of options. Sometimes we don't have too much of resources. Sometimes we don't have too much of knowledge. There are times when everything we have is absolutely minimized. The initial thinking would then be not to do anything with it because you think it cannot do anything much. But sometimes we don't really do the most out of the little that we have. There's a story that is written about a man who went out and gave different talents or different gifts to various of his servants. One of them was given 5, another one was given 2, another one was given 1. So the one who got the 5 went out and did some trade, came back with an extra 5, and so he had 10. The one who was given 2 likewise went out and came back with an extra 2. The one who was given just 1 talent, he decided to go and dig deep into the ground and put it in there. Why? Because he thought this wasn't too much. What difference does it make? What can it really do? Or probably he thought, why was I discriminated against? Why were the other people given more than I had? And so he decided, either by discouragement or even through anger or bitterness, he decided to go and dig the ground and put what he had been given right there. His mind was, it was too little. Now, you see, this is how most of us think. Most of us think that what we have is too little. So we wonder why we don't have the 5. We wonder why we don't have the 2. We wonder why we don't have the 3. We wonder why somebody else seems to have more. And anytime you concentrate on what somebody else has, you ignore what you have. Anytime you think somebody else is better placed than you, you make excuses for not doing anything with where you are and what you have. This means that as much as we learn from people and we are inspired by people, we must never remove our eyes from what we have been given to work with and what we have in life to deal with. The one who had 1 just put it there. When their master came back, he asked them to bring the accounts of what they had done. First of all, with their time, 2 with their talents. And when the others brought in, the one who had 5 said, I got another 5 and made profit of another 5. And he was told, well, you've done well. The one who got 2 also did the same, got the same commendation. You have done well. The gentleman who had 1, and I am being very, very generous by calling him a gentleman, when he came with his report, he said, I knew that you were using me. You gave me so little, and you expect something from it. So I decided to keep it there, so when you come back, you find what you gave to me. This is exactly how a lot of people think. They think, keeping what they have and putting it at the level that it had been at, maintaining it at that level, they think that that is being faithful with what you have. No, faithfulness is you multiplying what you have been given and increasing it as if it was your very own, especially when it belongs to somebody else. So he was told that the 1 that he had needed to be given to the gentleman who had the 10. It's a principle in life. This is how things move from people who have less to those who have more. It's the principle that governs how money moves. It's the principle that governs how opportunities move. It's the principle that governs how everything around life moves. That if you don't add value to what you have, if you don't maximize on what you have, if you don't add energy to what you have, then whatever you have will be attracted magnetically to somebody who is doing something with what they have. Then you will always say, they have more. And you will always say they're doing more because they have more, which may not necessarily be the case. Probably they have more because of what they're doing. So until you begin to understand that if you do nothing with what you have, you will always remain in that level and be in that state, then you will never get out of the level that you are in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important for you then to maximize on the minimal. If you only have one gift in life, have you used it to 100%? Or are you operating at 30% of that one? You see, the problem is that we cannot choose how many we have. Some people are gifted and some people are multi-gifted. There are people who have multifacets. There are people who have several things that they can do. For other people, they know they can only do one thing. So there's somebody who will say, I know that the only thing I can do is to sing. Somebody else will feel, I can only be employed. Somebody else will feel, I can only do one business at a time. Somebody else will think, I can only do a certain thing. Well, no problem with that. We cannot all be able to do 5 things at the same time. We are not all by nature ambidextrous, but we can all decide to maximize on the little that we have. So if you have just one gift, or if you just have one profession, or if you just have one vocation, how well are you doing that one thing that you have? How well do you know what you're doing? How much do you use what you have? How far have you taken the little that you have? These are the things that will absolutely make a difference for you. A football player who can only play probably with his left leg, and he masters that left leg, probably won't need to play with both legs if he can master how to use just that one leg. The people who have just mastered one thing. I was looking at something today. So a friend of mine who has focused on just one thing in life. And I was showing this, to my wife, how this gentleman, we went to school with him, and I was just showing how he has been passionate over one thing and the kind of doors that passion is opening. Just one area of life. Well, he may be doing other things, but just one area of life that he has focused on. I'm not saying that we all concentrate on one. There are other people who can do more. But what I'm saying is you must maximize the minimal that you have. To the one who has 2, you must maximize on the 2. To the one who has 10, you still have to maximize on the 10. To the one who has 100, you still have to maximize on it. We have this tendency sometimes, and especially for those who will have like 5 ways of doing things, 5 avenues, 5 jobs. Sometimes we give 30% into each. So we have 30% of commitment into this and 30% of commitment into the other. But I want to talk more today about the person who was given the one talent, who feels like, I don't have too much. I don't have too much. I don't have anything else. This is all that I have. And I don't think it will change my life. I don't think it will work out for me. Well, we had a talk on one of our shows, CJ Scott, when we were talking about job loss. And one of the panelists talked about a man who has made millions by selling razor blades, which he brings in from China. And he has focused on just one thing and maximized it. And he has made himself a dominant force in the market for those razor blades. Well, razor blades. I mean, who would even think about razor blades? Who wants to sell razor blades? Because the perception that we mostly have is that the people who will sell razor blades are the hawkers and the people on the streets. But this person decided that I'm going to take this and maximize on a very minimal thing, and I'm going to create a wider, broader market. So he's not going to hawk, but he's going to distribute. Well, and he's making his millions through it. It means your perception must change about what you have. You have to, first of all, identify that thing that you have. And then you've got to understand what you can do with what you have. And then you've got to ask yourself the question, where is what I have needed? Where is your talent needed? Where is your ability needed? Where is your gift needed? Some of you, all you ever have is the ability to talk. And that's all that you will ever do. And you can talk your way into the bank, and you can talk your way out of trouble. You can talk your way to the top. You can talk your way into boardrooms, because that's all that you have. If you don't maximize on that, then you can't complain about something else that you don't have. Generally, The next thing comes from the little thing that you have. The man who had the 5 talents, after he got the next 5, he was able to get another. You see, if you keep on working on what you have gotten or what you have as it increases attracts what you need. When you increase and work on and grow what you have, as that thing increases, it attracts what you need. Sometimes what you need is people. So as you begin to work on a dream that you have, you start attracting the personnel that need to help you to fulfill that dream. If you say, I only have a dream, so I don't have anybody to support me because I don't have money, the money and the people will come in when you begin to maximize on the concretization of your dream. That means you go out there, start whatever you need to start. Is it a business? Is it creative works? Is it writing? Is it speaking? Whatever it is that you need. Is it a school? Is it an organization? Is it politics you want to get into? Is it church that God has told you to go and plant? Whatever thing that it is that you would want to do, when you begin to maximize on it and take advantage of the little spaces, resources, time, take advantage of the energy that you have, then you begin to attract the things, the people, the spaces, and even the opportunities that you need. But if you don't do anything, you remain at the same level. And you can blame everybody, and you can blame anyone, and you can even blame people who have no idea that you have anything that you're working on. But generally, the responsibility will lie with you. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what I came to tell you today. Maximize on the minimal. And especially in this season, as people begin to just adjust to having less and less, whether it is resources, friends, opportunities, businesses, spaces, as you adjust and as you get things that are shrinking a bit, just put your 100% into whatever you have. You may have 20%, but put 100% into that 20 and see how that 20 begins to grow. So maximize on the minimal. Well, I hope that you have gotten something to work with today on this Wednesday on Time Talks. Remember, TIME is an acronym for transformation, inspiration, motivation, and empowerment. And I know that these talks are transforming you, inspiring you, motivating you, and empowering you to go out and do more. So I'm glad that you tuned in for Time Talks with CJ Atemo. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, and get your friends, your family, and everyone around you as well to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And then like and share. So you do 3 things for me. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it. Till the next time, I'm CJ Atemo. We'll see you.